This one is a sad one. This one is a sad one. Brockton, Massachusetts, their high school is trash. The parents of these Bebe kids are trash. Trash to the point to where they're having sex in the hallways. They're having so much brawls and fights that people are getting stabbed. And one teacher tried to break up a fight one time and he got his arm broken off. And now they're at the point to where they're asking for the National Guard to step in. Who is raising these kids? Where are the kids' parents? How do you guys let your kids get to this point? How? How? When is it going to stop? We already know. We already know. A lot of these people are probably kids from single parent households. They probably kids that smoke a lot of weed, don't do their homework, skip class. And the teachers are to the point where they are fed up and they can't do nothing about it. They're asking for National Guard, the Army, to come in to the classrooms. Listen, this is the first time ever a high school has been asked for this thing to happen. When are we going to get it together, people? When are we going to get it together? Stop allowing y'all kids to raise themselves and be in these echo chambers that is going to bring them to pure chaos at the end of the day. It's either going to end them, they're either going to end up in jail. And I guess it's because I'm a grown adult now. Because when I was a kid, I was a troublemaker too, but I wasn't doing this for sure. I wasn't doing none of this stuff. When are y'all going to start telling y'all kids, yo, we the parents, you have to listen to your teachers. You have to listen to your parents. I couldn't go to school, disrespect my teacher, and go home and look my parents in the face. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. It don't matter if I was 16. It don't matter if I was 11. It don't matter if I was 5. If my teacher told my dad anything, my mom anything that they did not like, the belt came out real quick. A lot of y'all are afraid to beat y'all kids. But shoot, if they a Bebe kid, they might just need it. They might just need it. We got to tighten up in Brockton, Massachusetts. This is insane. They are calling for the National Guard. Let's tune into the video, y'all. This is crazy.
Shocking levels of chaos and violence at a high school. In Massachusetts, students at one high school are so out of control, educators aren't just calling the police, they're calling in the National Guard.
We're looking for support with the National Guard to come in and act as substitute teachers, hall monitors to make sure that the high school is safe.
We're just looking for a little bit of support within Brockton Public Schools. But we're not asking them to deploy a whole army to our school. We're asking for support, especially with the teacher shortage throughout Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
We need more staff to support our staff and help the students, learn, have a safe environment.
Teachers say students are having sex, doing drugs, and have even started violent brawls that have resulted in students being stabbed. Here now, committee member from that high school, Tony Rodriguez. Tony, good to see you, and thank you for being with us.
This is down the street from me, bro. This is down the street. And honestly, if I was a teacher, I'd gather all the teachers and say, we ain't doing this shit. We ain't doing this shit. They got to get this shit under control. We ain't showing back up here unless these parents get it together. Get their kids together. The kids are running the school. That's what's going on over there. The kids are running the school. And I know, obviously, we all know that it's not every kid. There are kids actually going there to learn. And that's the stupid part about this, because they don't get the opportunity to do that. They're not getting the opportunity to do that. And it's gotta stop.
Just talk to us how bad the school has gotten. What's happening where you're now asking for the National Guard to come in and keep the peace?
It's chaotic when we have students that basically are in the school thinking that it's a playground. Lack of discipline. It starts at home. The deficit kind of put a big hamper on us in making sure that we have a safe learning environment with the teacher shortage that we have because of the massive layoffs that we dealt with last fiscal year.
Is everybody on board with this, Tony, to get the National Guard in? Is there pushback from other committee members? What's been, the response from Governor Healy on this?
We drafted a letter. There was 4 of us that drafted a letter. We requested a meeting of safety last month where we brought the educators in to basically shine a light on what's really going on at the high school. So we gave them that platform, and they spoke from the heart, and what they're dealing with is discouraging. It's sad that we have educators that can't go inside the building and give these kids the proper education, and students are losing education time. Students not showing up to school, the staff. We have 20 to 25 teachers that are calling out on a daily basis. Wow. And that leaves, roughly about 800 students that are unsupervised in the building, and we can't continue to just.
Yeah. If I was a teacher going to this school, I understand. I'm not going to be dealing with this. I didn't come here to raise these kids. They should already get it together. We're here to teach. The parents. It's the parents' fault. The reason why these kids are going crazy, it's not because of the teachers. It's the parents' fault. It starts with the parents. It starts with how they're being raised at home. We cannot allow these kids to raise themselves, because it don't work out ever. It's never going to work out.
Just let it go this way. So that's why we reached out to the governor to make sure she can activate the National Guard, because at this time we just can't continue having meetings on top of meetings. We need corrective action now, and it has to happen sooner than later.
Tony, I'm a parent. You send your kids to school, and it's supposed to be a safe place. But it appears that in this school, whether it's the brawls, the stabbings, the sex, the drugs, all things most parents try to keep their kids away from, they're actually getting at the school system. So those who don't want the National Guard to come and keep the peace, do they have another plan on how you remedy the school and make it a place that's safe for kids to go to?
We have to have the bodies inside of the school.
Yeah.
Right now what you do is, when you have a lot of educators not in the building or staff, these kids are free to, roam. And what do you think these teenagers are going to do? It's a free for all. The plan is to request the National Guard. At this time, it's very critical. We can't, just wait to figure out a plan. We've been discussing this. It's March is next week. School year is going to end shortly, and we just can't keep having meetings over meetings. Like I stated, right now, the quickest and safest way is to get the National Guard. There's a census of, the military coming into school. We're not trying to militarize our school. It's to make sure that it's safe. We've used the military
Honestly, no, you guys should militarize it. It's the jungle over there. They got to get in order. They got to get in order. You cannot allow these kids to run the school. Cannot allow it. They're here for an education. They're here to be great. We're here to. Some kids are here to get an education. Some kids are here to be great. Some kids are here to actually become successful, get a career, learn something. And for these terrible bad apples, if they don't want to be in school, put them somewhere else. It starts at home. It starts at home. We have to do a better job with raising our kids from home. We have to make it easier for the teachers so our kids can actually learn when they're actually going to school. Not go to school just to fight, have sex, and smoke drugs. This is insane what's going on in Brockton, Massachusetts. It's insane. Get it together. This is trash.
Across the country to, for COVID relief with vaccines and being substitute teachers, hall monitors. That's what we're requesting right now, is to make sure that we have enough bodies in the building, to make sure that we don't have students that are walking outside, kids that are not authorized to be in the building. We have students ordering DoorDash. It's unacceptable.
How can you order DoorDash? Oh my gosh. How are you ordering DoorDash? How you do that? So you're just able to just walk outside your school, get your stuff, go back in, sit down in your classroom or your lunch table and eat your lunch? That wasn't a thing in high school. That wasn't a thing in no school back then. This is crazy, man.